Welcome to Backbreaking News. Welcome to Backbreaking News, episode 61. This is my IDC. Today we're talking about my predictions for the World Heavyweight Championship winner, the first champion. Um, so if you didn't know, there will be a new title that happened. If you haven't been watching the WWE product for Raw, because Roman Reigns is champion on SmackDown now because of the draft, and they brought back the World Heavyweight Championship. This could be a new one or the same one just brought back. First, let's get into honorable mention. Seth Rollins, too predictable, mostly because of the fact that he's just been champion, and with Triple H regime running it, nothing has been that predictable. Certain things have, certain things haven't. So it would be the wrong choice to have Seth Rollins to win. Uh, Drew McIntyre. Even though I like Drew McIntyre, I don't think he's going to win it. Mostly because of the fact that his title runs are good, but him chasing after the title is usually a lot better than him just directly winning it. The title chase is usually a lot better. Like, for instance, his Bobby Lashley feud, he might have failed, but it's more entertaining him to watch to try to get the title than, him holding the title. Which he does have entertaining matches as champion, but I think once again that would be too predictable. So let's get to the top 10. Number 1, Logan Paul. I think he earned this. He's been there quite a while now. He deserves some recognition from it for almost beating Roman Reigns, beating The Miz, beating Rey Mysterio and Dominic with The Miz, and having great matches with Seth Rollins, and being one of the final people in the Royal Rumble. I think all that makes him worthy of having and becoming the first champion. Number 2, this Dolph Ziggler. He's been there a while. He earns it. He deserves it. He deserves it really much, but really badly too. He's just that guy that people think of when they think of successful in WWE, or at least that's what I think of successful. He has held the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship multiple times. He's a multiple-time tag team champion, a former or multiple-time world heavyweight champion. I don't remember, probably, and also he's just, I think, could be a contender, even though he's been used to put over younger talent. I think that he could be a very good contender for it, at least in my opinion. Number 3, now this one comes to the surprise to no one. Or at least to me, the third person I think is going to win is, possibly, let me think of my thoughts. I know who it is. I have maybe Matt Riddle. He's been working with the Bloodline. He's been a former tag team champion. He's decently popular, and I think it could do wonders for him to be champion. And that's one of the main reasons. The other reason is just because Matt Riddle is my second favorite wrestler. Third would be Sami Zayn, and first will be Drew McIntyre. Number 4, this would come to the surprise to no one, honestly no one, and that would be Austin Theory. He's had great performances with the United States Championship, some bad ones, some mostly he has. Well, I only watch pay-per-views, so some of his great performance as United States Champion is winning the title from Seth Rollins in a triple threat match, the Elimination Chamber match, this year's Elimination Chamber match, which was fantastic, and he beat John Cena in the United States Championship match at WrestleMania, which was horrible, but Austin Theory still deserves a title match for the World Heavyweight Championship and deserves to be part of the contender. I think he's going to win just so they can see what he could do with a world title. In my opinion, that's what they should do. Number 5. When I first thought of the World Heavyweight Championship, I would be like, what if they Bean Boozle us and make The Miz champion? Because, think about it, The Miz did a lot more than most of these guys have. He's a multiple-time tag team champion, a multiple-time WWE champion, a multiple-time United States champion, a multiple-time Intercontinental champion. If anyone deserves it, it's him, and it can make him even more successful. And I wouldn't mind The Miz getting a title again. It could be interesting. Number 6. Jey Uso. I feel like this would come to the surprise of no one, but I think like if Jey Uso gets drafted to SmackDown, Raw, he could win the title in the tournament or whatever they're gonna do to crown the new champion by Night of Champions, mostly because I feel like Jey Uso as a single star would help the bloodline a lot, because you have all these members, and think about Jey Uso winning a world title would just not seem that predictable to me. And well, of course I predicted it, but it would be like one of those things that not many fans would expect, and I feel like it would give us a big enough surprise. And the Usos usually be working together a lot, so it would be pretty interesting to see how a Jey Uso singles title run would go, especially in a world championship match. Number 7 would definitely be Gunther. He's just dominant, and I think he's just deserves it. He's had great matches with the Intercontinental Championship. He's current Intercontinental Champion, and I think it will make a big difference having someone you know is going to have good matches on top of all that. Gunther is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. But, yet again, I'm not a big company and corporation. Number 8. Number 8. I'm gonna have to say, I would personally love to see this. Maybe since Apollo Crews is drafted to Monday Night Raw now from NXT, they'll make him world champion. Because I feel like Apollo Crews should get the opportunity, because just because he's Apollo Crews, he's talented. He shows that he can go with people like Bron Breakker, actual world champion in NXT, and I think that he finally deserves his time in the spotlight. Number 9. To no one's surprise, this one is not that shocking, at least in my opinion. Cody Rhodes. Even though it's really predictable, I feel like he will just become champion because, that's the reason why we didn't place him at number 1. Because it's too predictable, but people would love to see it. People are calling it his participation award. But I feel like he's definitely a good contender. And depending if he is drafted to Raw or not, Sami Zayn being a dual champion with the World Heavyweight Championship would show that he could main event. He could be a tag team with Kevin Owens. He could do that and still be popular on his own. So you should give him this world title. Just the fact that he's insanely popular and he's earned a world championship if anyone hasn't. He hasn't been really successful in WWE, but yet again, he's really popular now, and I think it's finally time to pull the trigger on a world title or at least another singles title. This is Mighty C, and see you next time.